Hello and welcome back to the Broken Doll. Well, today I'm going to come to you. Whoa, 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 whoa. I just about sat on a bucket here. Okay. Forgot that it was on my chair. Okay. I'm going to come to you today and I'm going to have you see what I'm doing here. This is my Princess Peggy doll. I think that's what her name is. She's made by Horsman. The Horsman Doll Company. Now this is her head. And over to the left here I have her body. Now she came to me like this because I wanted to learn how to work on them. On a walking doll. And because I know down the road I'm going to get more. And I need to understand how they work. So I have a secondary body sitting here that I studied. Because it's put together and it works. And I thought, how does this go together? So let's talk about this walking doll. In the walking doll, okay, we're going to... I want you to follow this, okay? So I'm left-handed. So you have a pole. Well, actually, we'll start with down here. We have the legs. This is the legs here. We'll just go like this. And on the legs, there's these little sticks that stick up. They're metal. They're like this. Then there's a pole that runs all the way down. And it goes into a little hole right here. It sits in that hole. Now, once you get in the hole there, you have a little metal piece that comes down the pole like this, and it has a slot here that's opened up and a slot here that's opened up, and it goes down on those little things that are metal pieces that are attached to the legs. I understand that part. Now up here, this is the neck area of the doll. That's the neck, the opening of the doll's neck area. It has a double rim, okay? Now here, there's a cup piece that goes like this, metal. It's metal, okay? Now it goes up onto this and snaps inside the neck. And that holds this all together. Up here, there's a little hole, and there's a hook that goes up here, which hooks into her head. That's how this works. That's how this walking doll and some others work. I don't know. I do not know if all walking dolls work like this, but these ones here do. I have two that look the same inside, and the one here is just a knockoff doll, and the other one's a Horsman doll. So, and they both have the same mechanisms inside. So they must have stole each other's idea, or maybe Horsman made up a company which it's been known for, and they don't identify it as theirs, though they know it's theirs, and they sell off a knockoff doll, a little bit smaller maybe, or a little bit bigger, and they use the same mechanism. That could be it too. We can reach for many ideas on it. I'm not saying I'm right, but I may not be wrong either. But anyways, it's a shared idea. Let's just put it that way in the bottom line. That's what this is how it works, okay? So I have my Horsman body over here. I'm going to show it to you in a second here. And I've got everything lined up. Okay, I want you to see this here. So I'm going to move it over till you can see this here. Okay, I'm going to hope that that's what you see. Let me see if I can get you to see this. Oh yeah, you can see it right here. Okay, so it's down inside. I got the pole right here. And it has a hole at the top. And all I have to do now is get that cup thing to go up underneath here. So how am I going to do that? Well, I'm going to take her arms off with the hair dryer. I brought the hair dryer out here. I don't know where I put it, but I put it somewhere. So I got the hair dryer out here somewhere. Well, I don't know what I did with it, but I did bring it out here. And what I'm going to do next is take it off, and maybe I can reach inside and push that cup thing up underneath the rim of her neck. That's what the next job I got to do now. And then once I do, I can put her hook back in and then put her head on. There. That's how you do a walking doll like this from the 1960s. This one, maybe not others, or don't all work the same, I don't know. But what happens is as she moves her legs back and forth, her head will then turn back and forth as well. So she has a type of movement with her legs. Her arms, no, the child grabs the arms and pulls the doll towards her or away from her, and the doll should walk like a little soldier, you know, with his legs kicked out, you know. So there you go, you know, and she can walk around with her doll. All right, so that's what I'm up to right now. That is how you fix one of these walking dolls. I hope that helps you to understand how this works. So the second bar, like I said, has to go down on the legs. This one here has to go up on the neck. and then you can then take it and hook it. So if this doesn't work, I can't get it to work, I hope I can though, then my next job is to find something else, how to get her head back on. So and if I can't get her, like I said, to use the mechanism inside, that will be my next step, is to find out how can I get her head back on, at least have her for show, and to dress her and whatnot. But that's where I'm at with this doll right now. She's got a beautiful body. Everything's gorgeous on her. She has no other holes, no other problems. Everything is spectacular on her. She's Patty Play Pal size, and she has no real issues. So other than just that, she needs her head back on. I would love to get her so that she's back to being who she's supposed to be and doing what she's supposed to do. So that's the great thing about her here, you know. So I've had her sitting for a long time. I have a couple other big dolls in my closet too that I'd like to look at next. And one of them will have to be with my son. We're going to have to pull, there's a coil in some of them, not this one, but the Patty Play Pals, some of them came with a coil inside which gets squished, and then their necks sit really low on the shoulder, so you don't see their necks anymore. That's because the coil has been slammed and the accordion is in, not out. So what we need to do is pull on the head, but you got to also fear, will I pull that off, her head off? So how much do you pull? How much do you do? That's you gotta, you know, I have to accept if I pull her head off, I'm gonna have to fix her, you know. Can I get the coil back on her? Who knows? Maybe we can pull the coil out a little bit so that her head doesn't sit so far down on her shoulders. That's the next step for this other. I have a second Patty Play Pal, and I would love to get her going and showing and everything. She needs to be cleaned up and everything, just like this one will get a clean up just as well. But in the meantime right now, it's just getting her head on, and then we can deal with all the rest is easy stuff after that. You know, I want to do a real nice wash on her hair. Her hair's very brittly dry, so I would like to do something to help her with her hair. And while her head is still off, I'm going to do that before her head. She's on her body, you know, so I'm going to wash her hair all up and everything, and then put her head on. I might try to just put it on just to see how it works and then take it back off. I don't know, or wash it with it on. Maybe I can just do that over my kitchen sink or something. There's always ways of figuring that out. But anyways, I thought you would like to see this, how to do this here, and how this works, you know. Now that like I say, I really learned how to understand it was because I had a secondary body that I could look down inside. And when I saw that it had the same mechanism as my doll, I went, whoa, this is nice. I'm going to show you the other body that I have here. This is my secondary body right here. And she's missing an arm, so I was able to look down. No, she's not missing an arm. I have the arm upstairs. The arm's just not on her body, which I'm kind of glad, because I'm using this one for parts. If I need parts for any of my dolls, I do have an extra body. I do have extra arms. These are Patty Play Pal arms. This is the exact arm for Patty Play Pal. I do have the other arm up in the attic, but because her arm was off, I was able to look down inside, and you can see the cup up in her neck there. There's the cup up in her neck right there, that steel cup. That's where mine needs to be, right up in there. This cup right here, this little metal piece. Mine's not there right now, so I got to get it up inside. If I can't get it, I could always borrow from this one here and maybe use that one if I can't get it up, you know. So, hey, I'm willing to try anything, you know. So, but I was able to look down there and see. I looked down in her armhole, and I was able to see what was going on with her. So, how this all worked. So, like I said, thankfully, I had a second body, you know, sitting here, and that's fantastic, you know. So, but I would like to get these big dolls up and out, and so I can use them and display them and dress them and play with them and have fun with them, you know. That's what this is all about. So anyways, that's what I'm doing right now. So the next step, oh, there's my hair dryer, just saw it now. I want to take the blow dryer and plug it in and get those arms off so I can get that cup up. So that's what I'm going to work on in the next few minutes, and hopefully I can come back with a success. All right, everybody. So we'll be talking to you again really soon. If you like what you just saw here and the explanation I gave to you, and how this works, for those that are interested, if you ever come across how to fix a walking doll, a 1960 Patty Play Pal Horsman type doll, this is one. I don't know if there's other ways that they were designed, which is possible. just because mine was, they always change things, so you don't know. The next person can say, hey, mine doesn't have all that. It does this. Oh, I wouldn't be surprised, things change, and this is from one company to the next. I don't know how, like I told you, Patty Play Pals, they have a coil up inside their neck. So I've seen some with coils, so who knows how they're all, I've never had a Patty Play Pal ripped apart to see how she was put together. So it's going to be interesting as I go through this. And, now the last thing I want to talk about, I've got all the doll parts that I was painting. They've all got their 4 coats. I am now going to be ready to start to sand on some of my other ones out here. So I'm excited about that. So that's my next step, is to sand these other dolls parts, and then I can put together my 3 little dolls, my Patsies and this other little no-name one. So that's going to be great to do. So thank you for joining me. A lot more to come, and we'll be talking to you again really, really soon. All right, leave a comment and subscribe if you're passing by, and hit the bell button so you don't miss anything. Like I say, you never know what I'm mucking my hands into. All right, bye-bye.